if I lost everything in my business, and I mean everything, this little box here would have me back up and running tomorrow, and the only thing I'd be missing might be the last 30 days, not the last 3 years. In fact, I'll show you how to get a box like this, back everything up, so that you have that peace of mind and that security, whether they're personal files, pictures that cannot be replaced, or business that can be rebuilt. I'll show you in this video exactly how to back up those files and why this will save the day. So what I want to look at first is, what is this thing? What exactly does this do? Well, this is an external storage device. So whether I'm on a laptop, a desktop, multiple computers, every file that I need is on here. In fact, if I take you to my desktop and show you what's on here, every video, every file from accounting through the products, through the videos, the marketing, all the transaction customer files, everything is on this device. Now, they make this in many, many different styles and many different sizes. In fact, it's probably a lot more affordable than you may have thought. In fact, if I take you to Amazon right now, what we're looking at here is we have probably hundreds of choices when it comes to devices. Now, this one happens to be a little bit thicker, and this has to be a 4 terabyte storage device. This one is a little thinner, comes with a very special cord, and this one happens to be a 2 terabyte device. But what I'm going to show you here this is just Amazon, USA Amazon. What I'm looking at here, this is 8 terabyte, this is 1 terabyte, this is 2 terabyte. But whenever you don't know exactly what to get, and I'm going to show you mine in a moment. In fact, I'll put the link to mine, the one that I use, in the description of the video. And what you're looking for, I always look for a whole lot of reviews and a 4.5 plus rating. So if I looked at this one, the WD Elements Portable External Device for Windows, I'm looking at, this is a 5 terabyte. And terabyte's a lot of info, guys. I mean, a terabyte, most computers will have 1 terabyte, maybe half a terabyte, laptops a half terabyte. You'll see 2 terabytes out there for internal storage. But here, because of the way this plugs into the computer, you don't have to worry about how much memory is on the computer or how much storage is on the computer. In fact, I like to work sometimes from a laptop, different computers. I keep one of these at the office here on this computer, but then I will also be able to take a second one and store it somewhere else. So whichever one you look for, whether it be the one I have or you pick one up like this is $128 for 5 terabytes. I told you this one was 4, so it was a little bit cheaper. This one was 2, so it was even cheaper. And what do you look for? Get 2 of them. You need to get 2 of them. And the reason is I keep one here at the office and another one I keep at home. If something happens to the office, God forbid, burns down or whatever, I have a backup. And what I'll do is every 30 days, I'll bring the one from home to the office and run a backup. Now, a backup there's about just over 2 terabytes of info on this drive, and I'll show you how all that looks and how all that works. But that takes probably 4 to 5 hours for my computer to back up. So it may be an overnight thing. So once a month, they're in the same room, on the same computer. That's the riskiest part that I have, is when I'm actually backing up files. But the reason for 2 is I don't want you to have to worry about this. This is at home. I keep it in a burn box. You could keep it a safety deposit box. All this is whatever's going to be your backup to your backup. Now, so once you pick one and get it, it's going to come with kind of an interesting looking cord. Let me see if I can actually bring this in and show you. You know, one end is a USB, and so that's pretty obvious, right? But the other end is this weird shaped looking. See how close I can get that. There we go. There you go. You can see it now. It's got this weird like shape to it where it's a like a thin USB, but it's got that little divot. And what that is that will fit perfectly into this side of if you can see the unit there we go. That'll fit right in there. The other side's USB right to your computer. You plug it in and away you go. Now, when you bring it up to your desktop, in fact, I'll probably plug this one in so you can all see it populate. I'll just plug it into USB. Like that. And you heard that little ding. Ding means it's that a USB device has been connected. So my main one is the Seagate here. And these are all the files and folders in the Seagate. And the one that just popped up is the brand new one. It's the My Passport G file. And what you'll see is I've already copied exactly what's here is now on the G drive. It's an exact duplicate. Here's all the files for the business all right here. Now to do that, if I was going from Seagate, my everyday one, I would go to copy everything here. I just literally copy it, and I would drag it and drop it into the G drive. And the first time through, the G drive's empty. It'll copy everything over. Like I said, it takes probably 4 to 5 hours on my computer to do just over 2 terabytes. But what I'll do when I do an update to this is I will actually go to the G drive and I will delete and wipe everything on the G drive. And then I'll do a backup from my primary, which is the Seagate. Then I'll copy everything over and do it. And that way, anything I've updated throughout the month will then be copied onto the new drive. And then I'll be good to go for at least another 30 days. And again, keep them in 2 separate places. So what I wanted to show you was just a way that you can take, because listen, things are going to happen. And even these are not a permanent. These will go bad at some point. These will stop working at some point. So you never want to be caught without access to your files. You never want to be caught having to start completely over. In fact, I know so many people who even just on their computer, everything's stored there. Something happens to the computer, and now they're looking at tens or dozens of hours or sometimes hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to recover these files. And some of them are not recoverable, and some of these things cannot be replaced. Listen, you can start the business over, but some of the pictures, some of the things that you have on your computer cannot be replaced. So make sure you pick up two of the and devices of your choice. Oh, let me show you. How do you know what device to get? How much room do you need? So let me show you on the Seagate. When you open up the Seagate and you can go to properties, you can see just how much is taking up. So right now, my used space is 1.2 terabytes on this device. That's my use. The capacity, 3.6. So you can see if I was going to back this up, I need at least a 2 terabyte drive to back this up. Now, the reason I get the same, I got a little room for growth. I'm adding to this constantly. I started with a 1 terabyte drive, external drive. And then I got 2, and then I got 4. And they have come down significantly in price. These used to be hundreds upon hundreds of dollars for this kind of storage. Now it's very, very little. Now, the other thing you could look at if you really wanted to, if I bring this up, and let me look at the G drive here. I'll look at that the same way. If I bring it up just from here, you can see here's all the things connected to my computer. Here's the Seagate. This is the primary drive. So 2.31 terabytes free of 3.16. Here's 2.1 terabytes free. So it shows me the extra space. So what I would do is if you wanted to get started in this, I would check on your local disk how much you're using. This computer, I'm using very little. I don't like when this turns yellow and red and is full. Then it's almost too late. You want to make sure, but you look here and you look at your local drive and you say, okay, everything on my computer in this particular computer is only about, just on 100 gigabytes, which wouldn't even be anywhere. It'd be like 0.1 of a terabyte. It's not even worth even messing with here unless they're super important. You could get a half a terabyte, a 500 GB, 500 gigabyte drive, and be just fine to back up this particular computer. But if you were backing up all your files, I would need to have at least a 2 terabyte drive to bring all this together. And that's how you figure exactly what you need, but it doesn't hurt to get a little more. Just know whether it's 10,000 uses or 10 years or whatever it is, these are not permanent. That's why you keep 2, because at some point they're going to run out too. They're going to go past their max life, and you'll be getting another backup to the backup. So keep this in mind. Save your data, back up your files, never be in a spot again where you are totally exposed and totally losing something that cannot be replaced.